great giver of life, Jesus Christ, shared to his disciples in Matthew 18, verse 3, "Assuredly, I say to you, unless you are converted," in other words, changed internally, "and become as little children, you will by no means enter the kingdom of heaven." Now, Jesus isn't saying you are not going to make it into heaven after you die. That's foolishness. Why would Jesus, the great giver of life, the Lord of all creation, who came to save humanity, not just from their sins, but from their own personal ideologies, the one who wanted to show what life is really about, the example, the perfect example of what it means to have life on earth as it is in heaven, why would he talk about life in the hereafter when Jesus was actually talking about how the kingdom of God is right here and right now? Verse 4, Jesus goes on, he says, "Therefore, whoever humbles himself or herself as this little child is the greatest in the kingdom of heaven." You see, children, they have a beautiful perspective. They can dream. They use their imagination. They love to have fun. They love to learn. They love to be influenced by people. So Jesus is saying that unless you are childlike, you could see things from a childlike perspective with the power of God inside of you. And he continues to teach you because Jesus is the greatest life teacher that there ever is, and that ever was, and that will ever be. So Jesus came to show what life is really about, what the kingdom of God is really about. And it's about laying down your own life and seeing his life shine through your life. That you could have the fullness, the abundant life, the majesty of Christ in you, the hope of all glory. Christ wants all of us to experience the fullness of who he is. That's why it's called good news. Gospel means good news. It's not bad news. It's good news to save the broken, to save the brokenhearted, to save the depressed, to save the anxious-hearted, people that don't feel like their life means anything. Christ came to show the example of what it truly means to really live a true life here on earth. He is the way, the truth, and the life, and no one can experience the fullness of the Father except through Jesus Christ. The Father is love. God is love, not what we try to make it out to be, but God himself, the creator of the heaven and the earth, made us to be creators with him of the heavens and the earth right here, right now, as it is in heaven. God created us to have fullness of joy through a relationship, an intimate relationship with Christ. It's not about going to church. It's about having that intimate relationship with God through Jesus Christ. There's no other way to experience the fullness of heaven, of Christ here on earth, only through Jesus Christ. It's not about getting to heaven and avoiding hell. It's about experiencing the fullness of God right here, right now, present-minded. If we're so focused on being present-minded, that's the right place to be. It's not about avoiding hell. It's about experiencing Christ here through relationship. And we're the gateway to those who do not know Christ. We believers are the gateway to knowing Christ here on earth, to those who do not know Christ here on earth as it is in heaven. Now's the time, church. Let's rise right now and be the church that we're called to be here forever.